What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your $1,400 third stimulus check update. In this video, we're going to hear directly from the White House and President Joe Biden on the third stimulus check package and the fourth stimulus package, known as the infrastructure package or the Build Back Better package, which will have multiple provisions on it for stimulus, as well as big news on student loan forgiveness and more in this video. Oh, also, I will update you guys on my doctor's appointment today. That did not go well. Yeah, not happy. Anyways, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new videos. I will keep you updated on all these different buckets of money that we cover on this channel, along with rental assistance, student loan forgiveness, social security increases, and more. Don't forget to smash the like button for us. It really helps out our channel. In the YouTube God's algorithm, in the YouTube, the almighty YouTube, yeah, they're the ones that control everything. So if you know, there are not notifications going out for our 10 a.m. video, and that will likely continue until we don't do an extra video one day. So keep that in mind. No notifications are going out. You get notifications by subscribing down below and clicking the bell icon to all notifications. But just be aware that 10 a.m. notifications are not going out. So just remember 10 a.m. Eastern time for that morning video. Okay, first up, Twitter says that former President Donald Trump's ban from Twitter is permanent, even if he runs for president in 2024. Here is the Twitter CFO on banning former President Donald Trump.
One more question for you. President Trump was banned, former President Trump was banned. If he came back, ran for office again, and was elected president, would you allow him back on the platform?
So the way our policies work, when you're removed from the platform, you're removed from the platform, whether you're a commentator, you're a CFO, or you are a former or current public official. And so remember, our policies are designed to make sure that people are not inciting violence. And if anybody does that, we have to remove them from the service, and our policies don't allow people to come back.
So no.
He was removed when he was president, and there'd be no difference for anybody who's a public official once they've been removed from the service.
So yeah, let me know your thoughts on that down below in the comments. Do you think he should be permanently banned? Well, if he did run for president again in 2024, it's probably safe to say he won't be using Twitter to get out public messages or social media messages. Yeah. Also, after day one of President Donald Trump's, former President Donald Trump's impeachment trial in the Senate, it's safe to say he's not happy with his trial defense after the first day. Trump expressed frustration with his defense's strategy right out of the gate on Tuesday. Quote, President Trump was not happy with the performance of his legal team in action. CNN reported that Trump and his legal team were confused by his team's last-minute change in speaking order, and that the former president was, quote, borderline screaming at his attorney. Bruce Castor delivered his opening argument, which was criticized by people on both sides of the aisle as rambling. Democrats also apparently are set to offer new footage showing, quote, extreme violence in the Capitol attack in the impeachment trial. Quote, we'll be using footage never seen before that shows a view of the Capitol that is quite extraordinary, and a view of the attack that has never been public before, which you will see for the first time starting today. Quote, it will provide new insight into both the extreme violence that everyone has suffered, the risk, and the threat that it could have led to further violence and death to many, but for the brave actions of the officers, and shows really the extent of what former President Donald Trump unleashed on our Capitol. On stimulus news, the push is increasing for student loan forgiveness, and there's a lot of momentum behind student loan forgiveness right now. People are planning a, quote, debt strike to pressure President Joe Biden to cancel student loan debt. If Biden and the Department of Education don't cancel student debt within the first 100 days, the Debt Collective has plans to escalate their campaign. The strikers were organized by the Debt Collective, a group of activists that has been working for years to build collective power among debtors. The idea is that, similar to a workers' union, this group of debtors can exert leverage on their creditors. Congresswoman AOC, Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, says that Biden needs to be pushed on erasing $50,000 in student loan debt per person, saying, quote, "We cannot take no for an answer." Ocasio Cortez says whether the White House erases student loan debt comes down to, quote, "public pressure." And this is exactly what I was talking about in the last video on student loan forgiveness and also the Social Security increases. And that is basically how different programs and different bills and different stimulus items get included in stimulus packages or standalone bills or are done through executive order, is through public pressure and what we call hype. If there's no hype over an issue, well, then it's not really in the public eye. People aren't talking about it. The more hype there is and the more public pressure there is, the more support an idea gets. Just a few years ago, student loan forgiveness was a complete fairy tale, and you would have been laughed at if you talked about student loan forgiveness. It would be like saying mortgage forgiveness. Get your house for free. They'll just forgive your mortgage and give you the house for free. Kind of sounds like a fairy tale, but that's how student loan forgiveness was several years ago, and now is becoming a reality and has a very real possibility of being passed. AOC says that whether or not student debt forgiveness will happen all comes down to public pressure. Quote, "The Biden administration needs to be pushed." AOC wrote during an Instagram Q&A, quote, "They have said they're comfortable with up to $10,000 in student loan forgiveness, but we need to at least $50,000 minimum, and there is support for $50,000 student loan forgiveness." Also, the White House, notably White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, says that the White House is signaling willingness to consider executive action on student loan debt cancellation through an executive order. And it is something right now that the White House is considering. Chuck Schumer, right here, the Senate Majority Leader, as I showed you in the last video, says that we can do a presidential executive order for student debt forgiveness, although President Joe Biden has signaled in the past that he would prefer to do it through a standalone bill or through a stimulus package. It does not look at this moment that it is included in the third stimulus check package. So it's more likely to be included as a standalone bill or simply done through a presidential executive order, which literally means it passes with a stroke of President Joe Biden's signature. Speaking of President Joe Biden, let's go directly to him in the White House today on the third stimulus check package and even the fourth stimulus check package, known as the infrastructure package or the Build Back Better package.
Well, folks, thanks for coming in. I'm inviting in some of the leading business people in America to come in and talk about the state of the economy, our recovery package. We're going to talk a little bit, God willing, about infrastructure down the road, and also about a little about the minimum wage. But I want to thank each of them for being here and participating. I think they're, as I've said before, you've heard me say it to labor groups and others as well, that American people are hurting. There's a lot of people are in real trouble. A lot of people going to bed at night staring at the ceiling wondering whether they're going to be in that apartment the next day, they're going to be evicted, or they're going to keep their mortgage payment up, they're going to have any health insurance. We got millions of people unemployed. As Secretary Yellen has pointed out, we have a scarring effect that may be going on that could get worse. We have kids not in school. There's a whole range of issues, but I think they're all soluble. I think they're all within our capacity. As you know, I've met for a long time with my Republican colleagues. I've been exchanging correspondence with them and telephone calls as well to see if there's any way we can follow up beyond where we are. I'm meeting with the members of the House and the Senate as well, and I think we're in a position to think big and move big and to move in a direction that can be not only get the economy back on its feet, but we have to get people well before we get people on their feet. And we've focused a lot of the attention on making sure that we deal with the coronavirus, get it under control. As you know, you've been through all the detail with me on what we're doing on the coronavirus, and the funding mechanisms that exist within this package, as well as we have to deal at the same time with employment. We have to deal at the same time with business and growth of the economy. We can't let one wait. You can't get everybody well and then move on the economy. We have to move quickly on both, and I'm anxious to hear what these business leaders have to say about how they think I'm approaching this issue, we're approaching this issue, and to see if we can find some common ground. I know I've found some common ground with some of my Republican friends, a lot of Democrats as well, so I'm optimistic. So thank you all for coming in. Appreciate it. I am not, look, I told you before, I have a job. My job is to keep people, we've already lost over 450,000 people. We're going to lose a whole lot more if we don't act, and act decisively and quickly. A lot of people, as I said, a lot of children are going to bed hungry. A lot of families are food insecure. They're in trouble. That's my job. The Senate has their job. They're about to begin it. I'm sure they're going to conduct themselves well. And that's all I'm going to have to say about impeachment. So thank you very, very much. Appreciate it.
Also, let me briefly update you guys on my doctor's appointment, which I'm a little salty about. So yeah, I went to the doctor's today for my lower back pain. I have a spine defect called a pars defect that was ruptured when I was bouncing our baby Julian, who is now 2. I've had this for about 2 years. I've been in a lot of pain every day. The pain varies. It's anywhere from like a level 2 to like a level 7. It's been very bad over the last like week or so, and the pain actually spreads up my back. It's in my back, it's in my shoulder blades, it's in my chest. It's actually making it hard for me to breathe when I breathe all the way in. When I go up the stairs, I lose my breath just from simply going up the stairs. So yeah, it hasn't been good. So I go to the doctor's today, and I get there and they're like, "Oh, yeah, we don't know if we're gonna be able to see you. You're 10 minutes late." And I'm like, "For real?" And she's like, "Hold on 1 second." And she walks away for like 7 seconds, comes back and says, "Yeah, they're not gonna see you because you're 10 minutes late." And I'm thinking to myself, well, the reason I'm 10 minutes late is actually your fault because number one, I went in the driveway that I've always gone in there since this building has been open for like 10 years. And the driveway is now closed. It's a construction zone. I have to go in there and turn around, and I'm driving through like muddy gravel. So I had to go back out and then go back onto like the highway, come back around and go into the other entrance that I literally have never gone in, and I've been going there for over 10 years. Find a spot, then I get in the hospital, and there's a line at the door because they're checking people in at the door. So then they make me take off my mask. They make me wear a different mask that they give me. They make me take off my gloves, and they make me soap my hands. And then they take my temperature, and I had to wait in line to do this. So meanwhile, between those two things is the reason I was 10 minutes late. Had I been 1 minute less, there's a sign on the window apparently now that has never been there before, never had this issue before, that says if you're 10 minutes late or more, that they can cancel your appointment. Well, I was literally 10 minutes on the dot. So had I been 1 minute less, then they would have took me. So yeah, needless to say, I'm not happy. I understand I was late, but yeah, I mean, a little bit of compassion here. I mean, I'm having, chest pain and breathing pain. What if something happened to me over the next 24 hours and they turned me away because I was 10 minutes late as opposed to 9 minutes late? So regardless, I now have another appointment for tomorrow afternoon. So I will keep you updated. I seem to be doing a little bit better today, but let's just hope I continue to do better. But I honestly think they're going to probably give me a steroid or an antibiotic or something along that. I've already done x-rays and MRIs on my chest and well, not my chest, but my spine. The pain originates from my spine, but it goes all the way up my back. And that's why I think, and my wife thinks, that I have either a pressed nerve or the disc. I know that the spine presses on my disc, and we have issues with that. But like I said, it's been real bad over the last week. So I will keep you updated tomorrow after I go to my doctor's appointment, which is tomorrow afternoon now. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on updates on the third stimulus check package and all these other stimulus bundles of money, buckets of money, like student loan forgiveness, Social Security increases, mortgage and rental assistance, the child stimulus checks of $3,000 to $3,600, which is actually happening. I will have more updates for you guys in the next video. Remember, new videos come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m., and 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have dozens of students that have replaced their 9-to-5 income selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. Click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.